Most 90 Day Fiancé franchise cast members are taking a big risk pursuing relationships with people from across the world, and sometimes it pays off, and other times it doesn't. There have been a lot of franchise stars who believe nothing ventured, nothing gained, and are willing to gamble on their futures. On 90 Day Fiancé and its spin-offs, there have been many success stories from cast members who took a chance on their partners and ended up happier than ever. Those stars are glad they made the decisions they did, and are enjoying their happy endings because of it. But their picture-perfect romances aren't the norm. Other times, stars have bet big and lost a lot when their relationships didn't end up working out. Many of them ended up far worse off than they were before they met their partners, and they probably wish they never did. These are the franchise cast members who risked it all and came out ahead, or way behind. Everyone assumed Ben's online love Mahogany Roca was fake because her photos were excessively filtered and she gave off catfish vibes in general. Ben's friends and family thought he was crazy to go to Peru in pursuit of her, but it turns out Mahogany actually is who she said she was. The couple shared a slightly awkward first encounter on a recent episode of 90 Day Fiancé, before the 90 days, but they've allegedly been spotted together recently. It seems Ben's gamble has paid off. Avery made a huge shift in her life when she converted to Islam, and her life changed even more when she fell in love with Omar al-Bakour. For years their relationship was in a state of flux as Omar waited for his visa paperwork to be approved and the couple traveled around the world in an attempt to be together. However, their dedication to each other was worth it, and Avery's decision to entirely change her life was the right one, as now she and Omar are a happily married couple. At first, Narkia's relationship with Alilao Shadapi was built on lies. Lo'o said he was a widowed Nigerian prince and single dad living in Alabama. However, he definitely wasn't widowed, was not a prince, and was actually living in Vietnam studying business. Narkia's friends and family wrote Lo'o off as a catfish, but Narkia plowed ahead with the relationship and it turned out to be the right call. The couple is surprisingly still together and have welcomed a daughter. Related, 90 Day Fiancé cast members who let fans down in a big way. Jenny was also initially catfished by Sumit Singh, who went by the name Michael Jones, but she decided to continue their relationship. For nearly a decade Sumit strung Jenny along, and Sumit gave excuse after excuse for why he couldn't marry her. Fans assumed he never would and believed their relationship would end in heartbreak for Jenny. So it was shocking when on 90 Day Fiancé, the other way, they finally went through with their wedding. Now Jenny has everything she wanted and her persistence definitely paid off. Michael's friends and family warned him about Brazilian aspiring model Juliana Custodio being a gold digger, but he still spent thousands of dollars on gifts for her and eventually proposed. At first it seemed like Michael made the right decision. Juliana got along well with his children and ex-wife, and the couple stayed together for a few years. However, Juliana recently broke up with Michael and quickly moved on to a new man. It appears that Juliana may have just been a gold digger all along, and Michael never should have brought her into his life. For years, Caesar was in love with Maria, his Ukrainian long-distance girlfriend, despite her many red flags. Over the years they were together, Caesar spent a whopping $40,000 on gifts and financial assistance, and had to live an extremely frugal life just to support Maria. Caesar attempted to meet Maria in person in Mexico and proposed to her, but ultimately everything fell apart. Maria was very clearly just scamming Caesar and using him for the money he really couldn't spare. Caesar made a big mistake investing all that time and money into someone who was probably never actually interested in him. Ymir was legit famous in his home country Nicaragua, and was a member of popular the boy band Milovox. However, Ymir decided to give it all up because he fell in love with American girl Chelsea Masick. Though Ymir's band manager tried to talk him out of it, the musician moved to Illinois and married Chelsea. However, their relationship didn't work out, and after a few years the couple divorced. Ymir has released music on Spotify since then, but he'll never achieve the same level of fame in the US that he had in Nicaragua. Ymir's relationship with California native Andrew Kenton hit a roadblock because of the pandemic, and she couldn't enter the US. From France, Andrew came up with the idea to quarantine together in Mexico and then come to the States, as a way to circumvent the pandemic travel restrictions. Amira agreed and took a chance, but it was a complete disaster. Amira was detained for 3 days by Mexican authorities and didn't even have access to toilet paper. She was sent back to France completely traumatized, and the Mexico workaround was a complete failure. The couple eventually broke up, and it was absolutely not worth it for Amira to go to Mexico. Though there have been instances when a 90 Day Fiancé star's gamble was a good idea, there have been other times when cast members made a big mistake. The lucky ones are living out their happily ever afters, but the unlucky ones are going to be much more hesitant about rolling the dice on their futures.